Hi, I'm Mystique. I'm doing a brief video on Sylvia Browne. Never met nor consulted with Sylvia, but read many of her books, which brought me great comfort when I needed so, and I'm sure brought comfort to thousands of people out there. Being a psychic myself, we're not God. Having a psychic reading, whether it's a tarot, crystal ball, or medium, it's like a weather forecast. And it's important that aside from having your reader or looking at the cards, even yourself, uh, what how do you feel inside about the situation? If you're psychic, everybody says, like your husband's going to die, he's sick, but inside you feel he's not going to die, that things are going to change, a miracle's going to happen. You just know he's not going to die. So who are you going to follow? What everybody's saying or what you're feeling? So like everything else, it's very important when you see a psychic to use discernment. Yes, there are charlatans out there. There are also psychics who like to believe they're psychic, but they're not. And there's also the good ones. But it's very important that no matter what, the bottom line is, at the end of the day, how do you feel about the situation? If you see a doctor and the doctor tells you got cancer, you got options. You got options to go see another doctor, get second opinion, or not believe in what he says and just say, hell no, I don't have cancer, I'm fine, I'm not getting any treatment. Or following his advice, believing in what he said, and getting his treatments. But there's a responsibility for that action of saying yes. And everywhere you go, you're going to be dealing with human beings, and nobody is perfect. And you got to also look at the positive side of things. Like Sylvia Browne, to me, she was an awesome person. Just her philosophy, what she wrote, she did a lot of good stuff. But also you gotta understand that Sylvia Browne, in the end, she wasn't young anymore. And me personally, doing those types of readings, even if I had a gift, I wouldn't do it. It takes tremendous amount of energy. And I think as a reader that the less people I take, the better my readings are going to be. But that's just me. Anyway, I just think that, the whole thing is when I go for a reading myself, or I do a reading for myself, I take it with a grain of salt. I don't put my entire trust in that. I don't. And most of the time, I'm just gonna block it. If I go see a psychic and she's tells me this and that, fine. But after that, I forget about it. I don't dwell on it. And if you're gonna make big decisions, you gotta go by what you feel inside, not what anybody else says. But there are genuine psychics. I have met genuine psychics. And I've met charlatans and all types of psychics. And I do believe Sylvia was sincere, but she's human. She was human. And she made mistakes. And to go back and anyway, I just thought I'd bring some light on this, my personal opinion on this. And as I say, every time you make a choice, like if I go see a psychic, I walk by, I see a sign, and I decide, hey, I'm gonna pay $50, check it out. Well, if she tells me all a bunch of BS, you know, I went in there. She didn't come and get me. So you gotta, everybody, we gotta take responsibility for what we do, what we say. And as soon as you're dealing with somebody else, you're dealing with some, other stuff. And there's gonna be repercussions no matter what. Even a good action is gonna have a repercussion. So just want to say that to badmouth somebody who's dead, I think that's enough. And I think the woman, she did a lot. She contributed a lot through her books, through her lectures. She did a lot of good, and I think that we have to look at that as well, than looking at her failures. And if she was such a scam, well, why did these people have her on their shows? I mean, that's responsibility on their part too. If somebody would come on one of my shows, let's say, and I don't do shows, but if I would, and they would prove to not be legit or not be good, or I just say, just cancel them out. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. And so take care. Bye.